Thanks for joining us again on The Big Issue. If you missed the last show, we have been talking about the university admission in this country, particularly looking at the recent decision by Jamb on whether Jamb, that is Nigeria's examination board responsible for admission into institutions of higher learning, has outlived its relevance, and as a result, many say it should be scrapped, while others insist Jamb should be allowed to continue to exist as a mechanism for checks and balances in our admission process. Our question is, who should be responsible for admission into tertiary institutions in Nigeria, Jamb or the school authorities? Remember, The Big Issue is not a game show, and that means we do not have a winner or a loser on the show, but we always encourage you to take a stand on matters of life. Welcome to The Big Issue.
Lagos, the economic capital of West Africa, with a population of more than 20 million people. A lot of things happen here, but not all are well reported. From the island to the mainland, from the government house to your street, Inside Lagos brings you Lagos news in the most informative and entertaining way. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, and this is Inside Lagos.
TVC News is giving you an opportunity to tell your story by yourself. All you have to do is download and install TVC News app on your internet-connected devices. From the homepage, click on News tab and select from the listed news category. Each category contains uploaded news stories. The Upload tab enables you to send images or videos directly to TVC News. Just fill the required details and forward to TVC. You just might break the biggest story. TVC News, through African eyes.
Thanks for staying with us. I forgot to tell you my name. My name is Oba Ade. The show is The Big Issue, of course. And of course, I still have with me Dr. Oluwanifesi Suraj, and of course, Mr. Oludotun Shudunke. Thank you for staying with us on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we welcome them on the show again? These two gentlemen, last episode, have been they've been slugging it out to teach other why Jamb should stay or why Jamb should go. Doctor says Jamb should go, that the school authorities should take the challenge and start conducting examination to determine who gets admitted to study what programs in our tertiary institutions. Why Mr. Shudunke insists that the problem is not with Jamb, the problem is with the people driving that institution called Jamb. Now, Mr. Shudunke, okay, I started with you on the last episode. Let me start with you, Doctor. We've listened to Mr. Shudunke's argument, and part of his argument is that you people in the school, that you make as much money as Dangote and the rest of them. And that is why you are doing everything within your power to frustrate Jamb out of the system. Now, let me ask you about your university. You may not be able to speak for Unilag, Unilorry, and the rest of them. Do you also conduct, do you sell forms for all these, what do you call them? What did you call them?
The side programs.
The side programs, the diplomas. You also conduct diplomas.
What?
Don't you, are you not making as much money as will be able to sustain the university from programs like this? Is that not why you are saying Jamb should go?
No, not actually. If you look at LASU for the past 4 years now, so that LASU has scrapped, they've stopped our part-time, they scrapped what they call the foundation program, all those avenues talking about, they scrap everything. And the university is still living, you see. And my salary is being paid promptly, which shows you that that is not the objective. And why did LASU stop that? LASU feel that, okay, this is becoming embarrassment. If it's LASU problem, more of the things you hear about LASU are not from the full time, they're from part time. And the part time give LASU bad names. All these sort campus, they're not the full time, they're not regular students. So the universities look at it and say, look, this is giving us a bad name. Okay, we'll stop this. So at least to tell the world that we are not after money. And for the past 4 years now, LASU have not been doing that. And let me say something. Like you said, that's my constituency, but also I can speak for that university.
Okay.
You see, like I always say, you see, the mindset of a true academics, you see, in every system, you have flaws, actually. But the mindset of a true academic, it wants merit. It wants merit. It wants to see, it wants to be proud of the student that is coming out. It wants to be sure that, this my student is doing fine, he's doing fine. And so that, because in academic, what we eat is our pride, our name. Get the point? It's not about the money. So when you are doing fine, it's our pride. I can say, okay, I have my students here who are working in TVC. And when they saw me, they are happy. And I'm happy about them because why? These are good students. So when the employers are refusing your products, you are a producer. You have come out with products. You in the market, in the employment market, and the employer are refusing your market. How do you feel? You feel bad. The same thing we are saying. And why? And you go back to the supply of raw material and say, the material you gave me was not good enough. That is why I'm having a bad product outside. That's exactly what we are saying. We want to select our raw materials. You see, we want to, and you see, this dilemma, if you have read Shakespeare, is the dilemma of Hamlet, to be or not to be. That's the question. But I want to tell you something. It's no longer the questions. It doesn't have to be. Jamb doesn't have to be. Jamb have stayed too much. You see, let's go back before Jamb, pre-1978. You see the university was in charge, and we see what happened. Jamb took over. We see what was in charge. Okay, let's Jamb leave the stage. Let's take over and see what will happen.
But Doctor, why is it difficult for us in this part of the world to repeal certain acts and laws? Why is it difficult for us?
Because why businesses have been built around it. And some people have become so comfortable and satisfied that, okay, if you want to skip Jamb today, you'll see fight. You know why? Because some people are eating from that.
People like
that
Mr. Shoduke, that's why I say.
No, I'm going to him.
Is that okay?
You see, Mr. Shoduke is a fine citizen.
Okay.
No, I must comment something. Okay. Somebody who can go all out. Let me even say he's making money. Let's say he's making money.
No, he's making money. You cannot deny that.
If you are making money and you are not after your consistency, then it's rubbish. He went out. There are so many tourist centers in this country. No, see, we are not saying of them that came out to say we're fighting for students. He came out to fight for students, which that even though he's making money, well, he's still doing the right thing. And his fault, his fight so far, I'm able to justify the reversal of Jamb admission. In that case, I'll give it to him. But the truth, and we're on the same point. Only that he doesn't know that we're on the same point together. You see, the fact is that if Jamb goes today, it doesn't affect Mr. Shoduke. Not just about it. Because why? Even if they're doing post-Jamb, is he going to train students? Is he going to, his training center will still be going on. Get the point now. But the truth about it is this. Jamb, as it is, gentlemen, I will tell you with all manner of conviction. I say, I don't want to boast my ego here. But the truth is that if you are talking about academics of the onion, I think you can't wash me out of it. And the truth about it is that I've looked at it. I'm championing a study very soon. There is a study before, like I told you before. I'm the one doing another one now with some lecturers all over Nigeria. And we are coming out with a big data on this issue of correlation between Jamb and performance, correlation of that. And we have seen the trends over that, look, Jamb is not a true test of knowledge. You see, let us select our products. Let us ensure, you see, if we want to give Jamb a chance, like you said, let me go back to your question. I asked the question last time. I said, is Jamb running business partnership with private universities? What is the business of Jamb to solicit for students for private universities? Why is Jamb limiting? In UK, you have 5 options of universities. Why did Jamb decided to make it 1? In UK, they start and TOEFL for 3 years. Why is Jamb making it only once you lose your relevance? How is Jamb just making money? If there's an organization that is making too much money, it is Jamb. And if there's an organization that needs to be probed, it's the same Jamb. If there's an organization that have exploited students, that have made students miserable, their life miserable, is Jamb. Jamb has damned many people, and it has damned their destinies, and it needs to do what? To go.
So it is time for us to Jamb. Mr. Shoduke, the association that you lead, that's remind me again, Association of Tutorial School Operators. You people prepare students for Jamb.
Yes.
Is it not because when we scrap Jamb, there will be downturn in business? Is that not why you are saying Jamb should remain? Are you not being selfish here?
No.
Okay.
No. 3 years ago or 2 years ago, that Jamb failed student deliberately, where you see somebody scoring.
You think that is true?
Yes.
Do you fail students deliberately?
Jamb.
What does Jamb stand to gain by failing students deliberately?
Jamb. Well, that question they asked me then, but I prove it to people that, okay, if Jamb did not fail people deliberately then, that they should allow us to remark the script manually.
Who should do that?
Excuse me. that they should allow us.
They
should allow us.
Who?
Anybody can remark, but manually, not Jamb marking.
And who should mark?
Right?
Who should remark?
They can get anybody.
They should
Give
pick
them
anybody
the ABC,
apart, okay.
ABCD or whatever the answer, and let's see. And I even challenge the Jamb registrar then that let anybody go into that store or that whatever the warehouse where the scripts are. Pick any 10 scripts, any 10. I wasn't fighting for my student randomly, and bring normal person. Give us the answers. If those students should score the same mark like they scored, like you gave them, send me to 2 years per student, 2 years in jail.
10 script.
That's 20 years.
20 years without labor.
Just
20 years.
But the professor will not do that. He was giving me all those big grammar. You see, the problem we have with Jamb, I will still say, is the person in charge. And the person in charge is from the school you want to give this thing to. If Professor Dibu Ojerinde had not been in Jamb, probably he would have been the VC of one of these schools now. And if he's doing like this in Jamb, you can imagine what he will become in his own university.
Good point.
And that's what we are saying, that don't pluralize this problem. Excuse me.
He has justified the action. He said he needed to redistribute because some schools don't have as much capacity to carry the number of students that apply to them.
I told you that the scholars.
Is that not enough justification?
I'm saying that they are delinked from reality. You don't get me. They believe in theory. Like my doctor has been saying, theory to be sweet. But what is the reality out there? Do you understand me? The reality, what he brought was good theoretically. But it doesn't fit into the reality on ground now. We have a lot of students that could not find any school to enter. That is not Jamb's fault. Even if you give it back to school, LASU, for example, maybe is to admit 4,000. That they are in charge of the admission cannot say, okay, because of that they will admit 8,000. No. It will still be the same problem. And now it will now be worse because once you know the VC, you'll be able to enter. Even the 40%, do you know that it's 40% merit? His admission is 40% merit. Like my brother here now, his daughter cannot look for admission. No. Am I lying? Yes. Either she's qualified or she's not. Their qualification is this. Score, like Unilag, for example, score 200 and score 40 over 100 in post-jam. You are there. Meanwhile, an ordinary person that score 280 and 85 in post-jam, nowhere. That's what you are saying. They will give it to their friend. They will give to their politician friend. What will happen to children of ordinary people like me, like you? If that was the policy being used then, my brother will not even go to school, let alone.
Maybe I should help him ask him.
No, don't ask him yet.
Okay.
Let me learn.
Okay.
Now, you talk about my association.
Yes.
Tutorial school operators. My members are the functional tutorial owners. Not people that just open small office. They will say score 80, score 90 here. Yeah? You go and pay them.
The miracle workers.
The miracle center. No. And we are going to start, closing down those centers, clamping down on them. Where this government is already discussing with us. They say, how we are going to do that. Sure pass 8 A's and so on.
One sitting.
Do you understand? Right? That's a very bad thing. I don't promote that. Why I'm even supporting Jamb today is the introduction of CBT, which prevented those people from running their so-called expo.
Oh, no wonder the adverts have reduced in town.
Yes.
I've checked that.
And we should give that to Jamb. The only thing we just need to do to Jamb is to encourage them. That's why when my brother said the other time that we are benefiting, that Jamb is conniving with us. Jamb is not conniving with tutorial. Look, Professor Dibu Ojerinde does not like my face. Jamb is conniving with universities. Because when they have this meeting, it's policy meeting, they don't invite me. It is Jamb registrar. Whatever decision you hear today, all that is explaining was a joint decision taken by the school and Jamb. Jamb registrar invited them. They sat down. The registrar were there. The VCs of schools were there. And they took this decision to punish these students, to kill them, to kill their dream. But thank God for people like us that came out to fight the evil. Now that we have now fought it, you know what they are doing? What they are doing, they know the game. They are saying that Dibu sold 1.4 million forms. Dibu they sold 1.4 million forms. Dibu now is now saying, that's the politics. Now I've sold my form. He has made his money from the students. Now, university are saying it's our turn to make our money.
So they are taking turns.
You cannot stop us. Dibu Jerry solicited that ICPC should look into schools recently. It is the fight of the professors. But unfortunately, when two elephants fight, it is the grassy that will suffer it.
At the end of the day.
That is what is happening. This school, by the time you allow them to admit free hand to conduct the test and admit freely, there will be so much secrecy in admission process. As I'm standing here, I can tell you that to get admitted in university, in Nigerian university, go and take Jamb. Make sure you score 200 and above. For universities, the top 6. For some universities, score 180 and above. Prepare for post-Jamb. Score about 70 or 80% and enter. By the time these schools start handling that, right, I can't tell you what is happening in Unilag. I can't tell you what is happening in other schools. I can't tell you because it will be shrouded in secrecy and it will be based on their own volition. They can just wake up and say, anybody that bears Dr. Shodunke cannot enter Unilag. And that is the end. So in order to prevent that, in fact, let me tell you in clear terms, prescribing Jamb and giving the function to school is like coup d'etat against the youth.
Interesting. Doctor, yes, he made reference to one thing while speaking. I think the last episode, he was talking about the VC list, the supplementary list, this one list, that one list. How do we come about this list? Is it based on merit? Is it not part of what is merit? Is it not part of the rust that we have in the system?
School.
Now that we now take the admission process away from Jamb and give it to the school,
the remaining
are we not going to be having more of those?
The 40% that we are managing.
Of that kind of list, this one list, the governor list, my neighbor's list, my pastor's list, everybody's list.
The 40% we are managing.
Stuff like that.
You see, one thing about academics is that we say the truth, and we do not, and in any platform, that's why sometimes we take government up to the cleaners. The truth about it is that I'm surprised with the policies he's mentioning. Because he said, if I have a daughter now, but I'm a young woman, my daughter has not even reached that age anyway.
Well, soon.
But the truth is that it doesn't work that way. I'm telling you the truth. You see, listen. Hello.
Please talk now.
Hello.
Does it work that way or not?
Can I just say something?
It does.
Let me say something. See. Listen, gentlemen, listen. You see, every platform is meant for education.
Yes.
Enlightenment. Now, I'm telling you something. When you mention about first list, merit. Good.
That's another name for first list.
When the first is saying that, okay, for example, like you said, there's nowhere in the world where the university can admit all the prospective students. That even in US, in UK, that is not possible. Now, so there are limited spaces. Now, in university systems, what they do, you see, why I can talk authoritatively here is because I'm involved in that process. To that highest level.
In the business.
To that highest level of shortlisting for some time. You see, listen.
It's
now,
business to them.
How did I get involved? Just listen. In Jamb, send their scores, like you said. We will do post-Jamb. Also, your WAEC will be vetted. There are scores, A1, some 7, this and that, you score it. We have the aggregates. We now determine, okay, from this list, we will need, okay, if it's state university, that's why I'm saying that the state, what set up Jamb, the act, is to cater for 3 sets of things. Like I said, merit, catchment, and then the less privilege, the less educational privilege.
Yes.
That is Jamb. And we have said that the state universities, private universities have come in those things are no longer feasible. So if a state university, for example,
Yes.
they say, okay, good. What is the, how many people do, how many, what chance? And you say, this is the number of students you should have based on facilities, so that you don't overstress your facilities. Now, based on that, we'll first set, based on performance, we'll first set a kind of a line that, okay, if you don't score this line, you cannot join this list.
Yes.
That's the merit list, merit.
Okay.
And there's a percentage for that. And it takes a very high percentage. Now, the other list is that the second choice. No.
Okay.
Those merit are first choice.
Okay.
That's first choice. The second choice comes in. Now, okay, even though they didn't take us as first choice, but they perform very well. Let's give them a chance. So then the second list comes in. The second list now comes in. Okay, let's see, because in the men's list, we will not take second choice at all. First choice. So if somebody scores, I'm just looking at him. If you have scored 268, somebody score and you take us for second choice. Somebody score 240, take us for first choice. We have said 240 is the list. 240 will enter on the men's list. 260 will be hanging outside. Now, when I say, okay, look, we still have more space. Let's now look at the second choice and see those who have done very well. Like for last one now, say 50 is the pass mark. If you are, whatever you have scored, aggregate 50. Now, some people have scored 65. In fact, it pains us in the meeting. We'll be crying for them. Now, why can't this man take us as the first choice? You know, that 70, this guy scored very well. Let's give more chance. That way, second list comes in. Okay, this will call, okay, we had them. Now, if the student is unfortunate, and it's a very highly competitive course, and all those 224 choices, maybe even 230, even 200, have come in, that guy will be left outside. Now, if there's too much chance, we say, okay, let's look for these people who are performing very well. Look, and these are done in a transparent manner. How do we do it? They will send the list out to faculties.
Many people think the VC will just sing.
No. That's
why
I said.
No, sir. All that he said was mere theory. Theory. What is the practical?
Checks and balances.
Oba,
so
ask
as I was saying,
ask them the truth.
Choice comes in.
I just told you
now,
this. You are detached from the reality.
You
are detached from the reality. You are only telling me what is applicable.
Let him help us understand the process.
I didn't interfere in what you are doing. It's a process of being enlightened. You need to be enlightened about this case. So when the second choice comes in, we look at that also. Now we have exhausted all our numbers. Now pressure, I'm mentioning it here because like I said, I will say what I'm saying. Pressure comes from government.
People in government.
Politicians.
I'm coming.
Yes.
And then we say, okay, since, listen again, the same Jamb issue, that's what we're fighting in. If we have our way, we want to do merits without taking all these things into consideration. But okay, it's a state university. And the state university is saying that, okay, because we have more stake in this state than others, because the state fund this school, they pay the salary. They build the facilities.
It's our school.
Get the point? And it's from the state budget. Therefore, we need some consideration. But I must say something within a benchmark. If a student does not score 50, no matter the list coming from government, it does not come in. But if the student score 50, let me land 50, and it means that averagely he has done at least it's admissible. So the truth is that it's not all lists that come from government or come from whosoever that's been admitted. In our meeting, we say that we are sorry. This person is not admissible. Because why? It doesn't even meet the minimum benchmark. And it cannot come in. And let me tell you something. It is not that even the lecturer, the so-called admin staff are fighting for their work to come in. And in LASU, let me tell you something. In LASU, there's no room for, because you are a staff, your student comes in. Go and check very well. And so, and some people are raising, yeah, that is truth. And some people are raising argument. Hello. Some people are raising argument and saying that, where you work, go back, go and fight the fact. Say, where you work, how come our students are not getting in? And then if there's going to be a review today, if what I'm saying is right, for UNILAG, it's the same process again. Okay, we'll give only 2%. In last week, that's not operate actually. But if it's operating in UNILAG, they will say, okay, we'll give also. And that student also, and not all the students of the staffs will come in. And if you see that we are expecting students, look, we also have children. And all these lecturers, they have children. And the children also go to the universities. So we cannot say that we are detached from reality. That does not make any sense. I know professors, I won't mention his name, who is in the faculty of law. I've already mentioned where he is now. And he said that if the student, if his own son does not get, I said, my friend, sit down, until you are qualified. You see, gentlemen, I want to argue one point here. Okay. The process of admission in university are checks and balances. One, hello, as a department. And the VC does not have absolute power. In the university, when it comes to status, who has the power to admit is the department.
Not
and,
the VC.
And it's not the VC. And so, then it's subject to checks.
So why can't we call it
balances.
Department list? Why do we call it VC list?
No, it's not a VC list.
We'll come back from this break.
There's no VC list.
You are watching The Big Issue. Doctor.